All right, so you're prepping for a Wood Production Supervisor interview.
And you want to really nail it.
We've got some awesome resources from RoleCatcher that we're going to go through to help you get ready and feel confident.
Yeah, it's not just about knowing your wood. It's
Right.
about showing you can lead a team,
Right.
solve problems,
Wow.
really showing that passion for quality and safety,
For sure.
which is so important in this role. And you know what else is a big factor these days? Sustainability.
Oh, absolutely.
It's huge.
Yeah. So let's jump right into some of these interview questions.
Okay, let's do it.
RoleCatcher gave us a whole list, and we're going to unpack WHY they asked them and how to answer them in a way that makes you stand out.
I love that.
So let's start with a classic.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience working with different types of wood?
Seems basic, right?
It does, but what are they really trying to figure out when they ask this?
They want to know how deep your knowledge goes.
Okay.
So don't just list off wood types you've worked with. Talk about their unique properties, like the grain patterns, how each wood reacts to different processes.
Yeah.
Maybe even a time you had to choose one wood over another for a specific project because it was better suited.
I see.
That kind of detail shows you're not just a worker, you're a wood enthusiast.
Okay, so instead of just saying, I've worked with oak and maple,
Right.
I might say something like, oak's durability made it perfect for that outdoor furniture set I built.
Yeah.
But for the indoor piece with the intricate carving, maple's fine grain was the way to go.
Exactly. Now, what if they throw you a curveball and ask about a wood you've never worked with?
Ooh, good question.
You got to be honest, but also show you're eager to learn.
So I might say something like,
You could say, well, I haven't used that particular wood yet. I've been researching its applications and I'm excited to learn more.
ooh, I like that.
See, you come across as adaptable and a lifelong learner.
Those are good qualities.
Very good qualities for a supervisor.
Okay, next question. Can you walk me through your experience with CNC machines?
Ugh, yes.
Technology,
It's everywhere these days.
especially in this industry.
So this is bound to come up.
Definitely. They want to see how comfortable you are with modern woodworking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about pushing buttons, though.
Right.
Think about a project where the CNC machine was essential.
Okay.
What software did you use?
Mm-hmm.
What were the steps, the challenges, the results?
To really paint a picture.
Exactly. Paint that picture to prove you truly understand how to use this technology to its fullest.
And I bet they'll ask about the future of the industry, too.
Oh, for sure. Something like, how do you see CNC technology impacting the future of the industry?
That's where you can get really visionary.
Absolutely. Talk about efficiency and reducing waste.
Uh-huh.
Those incredibly intricate designs you can only create with CNC.
Right.
Maybe even mention automated production lines,
Ooh, yeah.
even robotics.
Wow.
It shows your forward thinking, which is essential for any supervisor.
It really is.
And you know what else? This is a great opportunity to tie in your own career goals.
A good point. Are you interested in getting advanced certifications? This is the perfect time to mention it.
I'm seeing a theme here.
What's that?
Show, don't tell.
I love that.
Now, I know RoleCatcher highlights a lot of leadership-focused questions,
Mm-hmm.
like how do you prioritize and manage your team's workload to ensure timely production?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
So it's not enough to just say you're organized right.
Nope. Everyone claims to be a multitasker.
Right.
But can you give a specific example?
Like tell a story.
Exactly. Was there ever a time you had a crazy deadline or a really complex production schedule?
Right.
How'd you handle it?
Okay, so I might say something like, we had a huge custom lumber order due in just a week.
Oh, wow.
I created a detailed schedule, assigned tasks based on everyone's strengths, and we had daily check-ins to make sure we were on track.
Perfect.
Clear communication with the sales team, and shipping was key too.
Nailed it.
Now, what about follow-up questions?
Oh, they love those.
Like, what if they ask what you do if someone falls behind on their work?
That's where you demonstrate both empathy and problem-solving skills.
So I wouldn't just get mad?
No. First, you try to understand WHY. They're falling behind.
Okay.
Is it a skills gap? Do they lack resources?
Uh-huh.
Then you find a solution.
Okay.
Maybe it's additional training or reallocating tasks, or even just offering support.
Makes sense.
You want to show them you can handle those tough situations.
Okay, that's 4 questions down.
And a whole bunch more to go.
But before we get to those, I want to touch on RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah, that's a game changer.
They have this CV resume builder that analyzes both your resume AD, the specific job description you're looking at.
It's amazing.
It really is. It's wild.
It helps you tailor your answers to the specific role.
Okay.
Let's say the job emphasizes lean manufacturing, but your resume doesn't scream that now.
Uh-huh.
The AI can help you find relevant examples from your past work, even if you didn't lose that exact term before.
So I could talk about times I streamlined a process or reduced waste, even if my previous job didn't formally call it lean.
Yes, it helps you connect the dots for the interviewer, proving you have the skills they're looking for, even if the terminology was different.
That's so helpful.
And the AI even analyzes your practice answers.
Oh, wow.
It gives you feedback on how clear and impactful they are.
It's like having a personal coach.
Right in your pocket.
Okay, back to the interview questions.
Let's do it.
Can you describe your experience with lean manufacturing principles?
Yeah.
This is a big one these days.
Huge.
So it's not enough to just say, you understand lean, right?
Nope. You got to show them you've actually put those principles into practice.
Like how?
Have you implemented process improvements, reduced waste, streamlined workflows?
Okay, so I could say something like, in my last role, I led a Kaizen event to eliminate bottlenecks.
Love it.
We analyzed each step, reduced wasted time and materials, which ultimately boosted output and cut production costs.
See, those specifics are key.
Now, what if they ask how you get your team on board with lean?
You got to show them you can foster that continuous improvement culture. Talk about training, setting clear expectations, and celebrating successes.
Okay.
You could say, I involve my team in identifying areas for improvement. I give them ownership and provide regular feedback and recognition to reinforce positive behaviors.
I like that.
It shows you understand how to lead a team effectively.
So we've covered a bunch of questions about technical skills and leadership.
Yes, we have.
But safety is obviously a huge deal, too.
Couldn't agree more.
So how would I answer? How do you ensure safety protocols are followed in the production process?
It goes beyond just knowing the rules. You got to be proactive about enforcing them.
So what kind of things should I mention?
Did you conduct safety trainings, implement audits, spot a hazard before it caused an accident?
Okay, I can say something like, in my previous role, we had monthly safety meetings.
Right.
Not just lectures, but discussions about potential hazards specific to our tasks. I also did regular inspections, and if I found anything like, say, a faulty machine guard, I'd fix it right away, even if it meant stopping production for a bit.
That's excellent. It shows you prioritize safety above all else.
Safety first, right.
Always.
And of course, they'll probably ask the classic follow-up. What if you see someone breaking a safety protocol?
Oh yeah, you can't just look the other way.
Definitely not.
You have to address it head on.
How would I explain that?
I'd have an immediate conversation with the employee explaining why the rule is so important. I'd document the incident and provide additional training if needed.
Makes sense.
My top priority is everyone's safety, and that means holding everyone accountable.
Okay. We are on a roll.
Yes, we are.
Still got a few more questions to go, though.
Plenty more to discuss.
But let's pause here for now.
Sounds good. Speaking of accountability, let's tackle another question that really tests those management skills.
Okay.
Can you describe your experience with inventory management?
This one feels less about safety and more about, keeping things organized.
Right, but it's more than just counting lumber stacks.
I figured.
It's about forecasting demand.
Okay.
Tracking levels, minimizing waste, and making sure you have the right materials on hand when you need them.
Gotcha.
Think back to your experiences. Any specific systems or processes you used?
We used a software program at my last job to track the lumber from the moment it arrived to when it shipped out.
Oh, nice.
We could see stock levels in real time, generate reports, even forecast what we'd need in the future.
That's great.
Yeah, it really helped us identify slow-moving items and cut down on waste.
Which is a big win for any company.
For sure.
Now, what happens when there's a discrepancy in your inventory?
You don't just ignore it, right?
Definitely not. Those discrepancies can cost a company a lot of money.
You got to be on top of it.
Exactly. This is where you show them you can handle those curveballs and solve problems.
Okay.
First, I'd figure out the cause of the discrepancy, I might say. Was it a data entry error? Theft? Damage?
Right.
Then I'd take action correcting records, investigating or disposing of damaged materials, and of course I'd put measures in place to prevent it from happening again.
So it's all about being proactive and showing you can handle the unexpected.
Exactly.
Now, people management is a huge part of being a supervisor.
For sure.
And let's face it, conflicts are bound to happen.
That's just part of working with people.
So how would you approach this question? How do you manage and resolve conflicts within your team?
Think of a conflict you successfully resolved.
Okay.
What were the root issues? How did you handle it?
Okay.
What was the outcome?
I remember this one time, two team members had totally different ideas about how to approach a task.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
It was causing a lot of tension
Yeah,
and impacting productivity.
not good.
So I met with each of them individually. First,
Good idea.
to hear their perspectives and concerns. Then I brought them together for a facilitated discussion where we brainstormed solutions and eventually reached a compromise everyone could live with.
That's a great example of open communication and collaboration.
Which is so important.
It really is. But what if you can't resolve a conflict on your own?
I mean, I wouldn't just let them fight it out.
No, definitely not.
I'd escalate it to my supervisor or HR, right?
Absolutely. They have the experience and resources to help mediate and find a fair solution.
Right,
It shows you're aware of your limitations and that you prioritize a healthy work environment.
for sure. Okay, last question, I promise.
Get me with it.
How do you ensure compliance with industry regulations and standards?
This is a big one.
It feels like there's a lot to juggle in this industry,
There is.
from safety and environmental concerns to quality standards.
It's all about demonstrating that you're committed to doing things by the book and that you know the book inside and out.
So should I talk about training programs, audits, procedures?
Exactly. Anything you've done to keep your team on the right side of the regulations.
Okay, so something like, in my previous role, I was responsible for maintaining our safety program, which included regular training and inspections.
Yes.
I also made sure all equipment was properly maintained and certified. We had a strict quality control process to meet industry standards, and I stayed updated on any regulation changes,
Perfect.
making sure the team was informed.
Excellent. Now, what if you discover a potential compliance issue?
I'd report it right away.
Exactly. No sweeping things under the rug.
Definitely not.
This shows integrity and a commitment to doing the right thing.
Okay.
You could say something like, I'd report it to my supervisor or compliance officer immediately. Then I'd take steps to correct the issue and prevent it from happening again.
Gotcha.
Transparency and proactivity are key.
Okay, I think we've covered a ton of ground with these interview questions.
We've made some great progress.
But before we move on, I want to circle back to those career insights from RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
They talk about the different stages in a wood production supervisor's career path, right?
They do. It's helpful to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, like where can this role lead?
Well, it often starts with entry-level positions, like a wood production worker.
Okay.
You're assisting with the lumber conversion process, following instructions, and getting a feel for the day-to-day operations.
Building a foundation.
Exactly.
So then you might move up to a wood production operator.
Right.
More responsibility operating machinery, conducting quality checks.
You're becoming more integral to the production process.
And then finally you reach that wood production supervisor level.
You got it. Leading a team, overseeing the whole process, making those crucial decisions.
It doesn't end there, does it?
Nope. From there, you could move into management roles like a wood production manager,
Wow.
overseeing multiple supervisors and making strategic decisions for the entire operation.
So there's definitely room to grow.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
But how can someone stand out and climb that ladder?
Continuous learning is key. This industry is constantly evolving.
With new technologies and sustainability practices.
Exactly. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
So take advantage of training opportunities. Attend conferences. Read industry publications.
All of that.
Maybe even pursue certifications.
Good idea.
So it's not just about doing your job, but about showing you're actively engaging in the industry.
And committed to personal and professional growth.
Exactly. It also helps to showcase your capabilities in a tangible way.
Like how?
Build a portfolio of projects. Participate in industry competitions. Even share your work on social media.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Think of it as building your personal brand as a wood production expert.
Love that.
Okay, so we've talked about prepping for those tough interview questions, and we've touched on the career path.
And the importance of continuous learning.
Right.
Yeah.
But I want to come back to RoleCatcher's AI for a minute.
Okay.
We talked about how it analyzes your resume and the job description, but how does that actually help you nail the interview?
It helps you highlight the specific skills the employer is looking for. Let's say they really emphasize experience with lean manufacturing, even if your resume doesn't explicitly mention it.
Right.
The AI can help you identify examples from your past roles where you used those principles.
So like that time I streamlined a process or reduced waste.
Exactly.
Even if my previous job didn't call it lean.
You got it. It helps you connect the dots for the interviewer, proving you have the skills they need.
And don't forget about the AI's feedback on your practice answers.
Absolutely.
It analyzes your delivery, clarity, and content,
All of it.
suggesting ways to improve your structure, highlight key points, and make sure your message really resonates.
It's like having a personalized interview coach.
In your pocket.
Always there to help.
Okay, this has been an incredible deep dive into the world of wood production supervisors.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been great chatting about this with you.
I know, I feel like I've learned a lot.
There's so much opportunity out there for people who are passionate about wood.
Absolutely, and willing to put in the work.
That's key. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
For sure. So before we wrap things up, let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways.
Love it. Let's make sure our listeners are ready to rock those interviews.
All right, number 1, know your wood.
Like the back of your hand.
Be ready to talk about those specific properties, the strengths, the weaknesses.
Exactly.
Why you choose one type of wood over another for a specific project.
Right. Show them you're a wood enthusiast.
Not just someone who memorized a few terms from a textbook.
Couldn't agree more.
And don't be afraid to geek out about technology a little.
Oh, yeah.
Show them you're passionate about those CNC machines, the software they use.
Like Mastercam.
Exactly. Be ready to discuss how tech is changing the industry.
From automation to robotics.
It's a whole new world out there.
It really is.
And remember, being a supervisor is about so much more than just technical skills.
Absolutely.
Highlight those leadership qualities.
Yes.
How do you manage a team? How do you delegate effectively? How do you resolve conflicts?
It's an
It really is. Show them you can handle the people side of things, too.
The human element is so important.
And those 3 big S words: safety, quality, and sustainability.
Got to hit all 3.
Make sure you can speak to each of them with concrete examples.
Drawn from your own experiences.
Exactly. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this,
Which is totally understandable.
remember, RoleCatcher is here to help.
You've got your back.
Their AI-powered tools are seriously a game changer.
They really are.
Use that CV resume builder to tailor your application and practice those answers.
And get feedback from the AI.
It's like having a personal coach guiding you every step of the way.
Always there to help you improve.
So to sum it all up, preparation is key.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Go into that interview with confidence. Let your passion shine through and show them you're ready to be a leader in the world of wood production.
And don't forget to have fun with it.
Yes. Well said. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of wood production supervisors.
It's been a pleasure.
Best of luck to everyone out there on their career journeys.
We're rooting for you.